Okay, so let's continue on that indexing part. Okay. So now we are in a situation, right, where our book is arranged in a right way with the book ID. Okay. So I can do a index seek, right? But when I'm executing for book name, I'm go with the, again with the scan manner. So the situation is like I have the book of 5,000 pages. Okay, having the proper sequence for the page number. Okay, the page number is correct. There is 1 to 5,000 pages correct, but there is no index, right? That's the reason when you go for book and find with the page number, in this case book ID, but you can consider for book page, it will be go with the seek mindset, because when it is in sequence order, so you can easily find that page number, right? But when it comes for the chapter, it is difficult because you don't have the index at the end of this book. Let's say you don't have the index, right? You can correlate with the real-time scenario. You have the book and you don't have that index. It will be very difficult for you to find that chapter, right? So you have to scan every single page again, right? So it's very simple. Just if you correlate with real-time scenario, the same things happen technically. The SQL engine is smart enough to do all that stuff in the same way the way our brain is working. Okay. So now what we'll do for this, it's again going with the index scan manners, right? So in book, we are going to create index, right? So for book, there is always a index by page, chapter name, right? In a library, there is always index, right? So based on the book number, based on the publisher, there is multiple indexes available, right? So based on this,
Yeah.
you can find it very easily. Now, okay, let's you. I hope you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go again to that Excel. Okay, so this is the scenario where our book is in a scattered way, right? So first thing what we did, we created a clustered index, right? Sort. So expand the selection. So here we are going to sort by the book ID, right? Column A is my book ID. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's select this data, go to the sort, and let's sort. Okay, so if you can see now, my book ID is in sequence now, right? And this is what the first steps we did. So just imagine this is my book, and in this book I have these are the pages, so you can easily find out. But if I ask you to find for the name of the book, right, or any chapter, right, so it will again difficult for you and you have to do the scan. But let's say, just imagine if we create one insert, okay, book ID, then title, let's say. Okay, so now we are going to create a one index for this book. Okay, this book having, let's say, 5,000 pages, right? So this, instead of this book ID, just imagine this is my page number and this is my chapters. Okay, so let's say I have to create one index for this one. This is a clustered index that we already created on this table, and which is that define your physical order of your data, physical order of your data, right? So now I want to create another index, so that's why it will be my non-clustered index that is not related to the physical data of my this book, right? So I will create a separate index for this, right? The way in your book, at the end of your book, there is separate index for that, right? So what I
Yeah.
will do, I will copy this data. Okay, I think this column goes down. Okay, no problem. So let's say I will paste here. Now what we are doing, we are creating another index for in to make my search faster, chapter wise or title wise, right? So now this is my I have taken this data here. Let's say I will go again into the sort manner, and here I will do sort by, let's say, column M, right? That's my title. Okay, A to Z. Perfect. Now can you see that my data is in sequence now, right? Correct. Here, this is my title and this is my book ID, let's say. Okay. Right now my title is in sequence, right? So just imagine, now if I ask you, okay, so just find the book name, let's say Tools of Titans. Okay, so now I have one index, right? So if I ask you, just go and find the chapter Tools of Titans. So now what you will do, you know that I have the index and I have one index at back end of my page, right? So end of my book. So I know that. So for chapter T, I directly go into this sequence because it is in sequence, right? You not need to go with the seek mindset, right? Because it is in sequence, right? You will go directly for the T, right? Because if I ask you find, well, let's say which chapter I said,
Tools of Titans.
Tools of Titans, right? So Tools of Titans, so you'll directly go into the T sequence because now it is in sequence, right? That index, the which is in sequence, so you'll go with a seek mindset directly. So now you'll find Tools of Titans is here, right? So you'll find what is Tool of Titans in my index, and now I have that page number is my book ID is 25, right? So now again it is easy for me to go to the 25 because again here is also my book ID is in the sequence, right? So I'll go here for this and I can easily find that, right? Got it?
Yeah.
So this is how indexing is helping me to get my chapter wise. I can directly go to the any chapter and based on that chapter and based on that index, I can directly go to that specific page and I can easily identify my chapter, right? Now same way here we are going to do something interesting here, okay? So let's start from this, okay, the step 3, and it's showing me that clustered index scan. Okay, now I want to make it index seek in order to get it faster, right? So what we will do in step number 4, we'll create one non-clustered index. Okay, the clustered index we already created, right? uh, Here we already created the clustered index so that my data is in arranged in a uh, my book ID, right? So my data is already arranged in a proper manner. For this clustered index we already created, right? So we can't create another clustered index because, right, as I said, there is only one clustered index. For example, for book, there is always book will be always ordered in page number, right? So we already created one clustered index. So now we are going to create a non-clustered index. So you can correlate it. It's like that the way, yeah, in book we have created one index right here. The same way we are going to create one index for title. Okay, so it will create one another logical tables and there is no there will be it will not impact on your main table or the physical order of this table, right? As Sangram said, it will be conflict, right? If I go with if I want in sequence page number as well as the chapter number or book ID along with the title, if I want both in alphabet order or in sequence, it's not possible, right? That's the reason we are creating a separate index here for title, right? Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we are going to create this index. So this index we call it as a non-clustered index. Okay. Because this is separate. Because now I want to search based on the title. So that's why I'm creating one non-clustered index based on my title. Okay. So in the step number 4 here is uh, okay. Let me execute one more time, and I want to show you this is the index scan. Okay. Now let's create a non-clustered index. Okay, the syntax is again same for this, create non-clustered index. Okay, and the syntax for is again ncix, and again my book table name, right? That is books. and then I have to give the column, on which column I'm going to create index title, right? So I'm giving title here. Okay. Again, on which tables I'm going to create this index? Books, right? And what is the column name?
Title.
Right. Correct. Perfect. Now let me go here, and if I go and execute this, it will create a non-clustered index for my table book for column title. Okay, the command completed successfully. Perfect. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, interesting. Before I run this, I will run this first. Okay. Select title from books where title is equal to this. It is now, if I execute this, now tell me what will be the execution plan. Means what operations it will go for. A scenario, right? So index seek or index
Yeah,
scan.
seek.
Index seek.
Seek.
Perfect. Okay, so if you go here and you can find index seek, your guess is correct, right? So this is how the non-clustered indexes work. Okay, now again one more interesting question for you. Okay, now tell me, I copy this, paste here. Now I go with the select star from this, where let's say author name. No, start from where author is equal to, let's say, Upama is the author. Okay. Now tell me, if I execute this, will it go for index seek or index?
Index. No seek.
No seek. It will go for scan.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
You guess it correctly. It's again going for the index scan. Okay, perfect. Right? Now, what if I want to make it index seek for this?
Again, you will have to create one more
Non-cluster
non-clustered.
index.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Sounds so great. I'm so happy that you're understanding those things. So now again, you have to go and you have to create one non-clustered index on this author, right? So can we try this one more?
Yeah.
Okay, let me copy this, paste here, create on title. Instead of title, this time we are creating on author.
Yeah.
Here I'm putting author. I'm creating this non-clustered index. Sounds good. Now let me execute this. And now what it will create? Execution plan will be
index seek.
perfect.
Yes.
Now you can see that index seek. Okay, now let me mouse over here. Okay, and now you can see that. Can you tell me what is actual number of rows it's read, and if you can see that estimated number of rows it's read?
Yeah.
Right, 116,
116.
116, 116, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I will ask you the one interesting question now. Okay, now tell me, if I do select star from this book where title is equal to good to great. Okay, I'm executing this. I got this book based on the title. Now tell me what will be the execution plan? What the scenario means? What operations it will go for? Scan or seek?
Scan.
Why?
Yeah.
Because we are created.
Yeah. We have not created yet, right? For non-clustered index for this one.
Title? We have created,
We
na?
have created. Yes.
We have created, na? First
For
we have
author
created for
we have.
title. We have created for title. We have created for author as well, right?
If we
So,
have created, then it will show us seek.
okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
Can we create multiple on cluster index?
Yes, we can create a multiple non-cluster. We have created two, na? Here, can you see? We have created
Yes.
one non-cluster index for title, one for author, right? So if I go select title from this book where title name is equal to this, definitely it goes and does index seek, right? Because we have
Index.
Say
created
yes.
index seek. But my question is that now, just compare this both queries, okay? Now if I run this, what will happen? Watch these two queries carefully and then tell me the answer. Or just don't
We
think
have
more.
created for both title and author, and we are selecting all the columns.
Right.
So it will clash, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
table scan, it will do a table scan, I guess.
Perfect. Really a great guess by you guys. Let's again go for index
Index
scan.
scan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you guys might be wondering that we just understand every concept, and now why you are creating confusion, right? Interesting. So you are entered into the advanced level now. Okay, sounds good. No problem. We'll understand everything. Okay. Now, see, the scenario was that I asked you to find this chapter, right? Tool of Titans, right? So you easily identified this because in this non-clustered index, you have created index only for book title, right? So it's very
Yeah.
easy.
Yes.
If you find the title, it will be very easy for you to find here title. But along with titles, what you are doing, you want to find other data as well, but that other data, other column is not available in this index now. So you have to go again to
Mhm.
that 25 row number, right? This book ID, and you
Yeah.
have to find again. So there is a round trip for SQL, right? So it will go here and then again it will go for other columns. So that's why it's again going to that scan manner. Got it? And there is one more thing happened here. Okay. If I can show you here. That row lookup ID is not available in the execution plan, but that will understand, okay, in next sessions. But what happen is that when you go for only title, it will go for index seek because you we have the non-clustered index, right? But for this, when you ask for extra columns, that is not available in this index, right? This in non-clustered. That's why it will go again to the main table and it will scan for that records. So how to handle that situation? Also, it's very easy. That I can show you right now, but I don't want to create more confusion, or I don't want to uh, give you everything in a single sessions. We'll keep this step by step. Okay. So how we can handle these situations, that we'll understand in the next sessions. But right now I just want to help you to understand the basic of the index, and I want to keep my first sessions, this part 2 of the first session, but I just want to keep this very easy and simple for you guys. I don't want to create more confusion. So first, you guys just go and do the practice of this. I will share the recording. Just do the practice, create your base very strong. If you understand this, trust me, it will be it will be very easy for you to work on the performance related work. Okay. So always 60-70% work is always related to your performance related. Okay. So if you understand understand this indexing, on which column you have to create index, for which column it's creating the round trip and all that. So if you understand this, it will be very easy for you to do your job. I'm not saying crack the interview. It will be very easy for you to job. It will be very easy for you to do a real-time job in the corporate world. So just cracking the interview, just cup of tea, okay, for you, as if you understand that indexing part. Okay, perfect. So far, so clear. Any doubt?
No doubt.
Okay.
Where exactly do we use it, sir? This one?
Right. So where we can use that indexing, let's say now, real again a good questions that I'm going to cover in the next few sessions, but still I will give the example. Okay. Now let's imagine, so you are working on Amazon database. Okay. Okay. Let's say, right, and select star from, you have to find from the order details for one specific customer, right? So just imagine in order details table of the Amazon DB, right? There will be millions records, right? So that scanning will be very slow. If you don't have the indexes, it will be very slow, right? To find that, it will go for scan. Just imagine the millions and the billions of records, right? To scan, it will be very difficult, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so in that case, definitely when your database is very huge and you want to
Mm-hmm.
you facing the performance issues, that times you have to go for that indexing. Okay.
Okay.
You can't go with a very small data set actually for the indexing, but for this practice and practice purpose I have used for this practice purpose I have used this small data set. But
Got
in
it.
real time it will be always you can when you have huge database, that times you go
Mm.
for this. For small database it doesn't make any sense. I will give you the real time example, one real time scenario to you guys. Just imagine, Soma, you have the 10 books. Okay,
Mm.
will you prefer to keep it at your room or you'll go for the library?
I'll keep it in my room. Yeah.
Right. So because, and even it's very easy for you to find that, right? With the 10 books it's
Mhm.
easy for you to find because your brain will work faster than that library and that indexing. Right, the same way happen in the SQL as well. Indexing will not work if your data set is too small. Okay, too small, so it
Mm.
will not work. And SQL engine automatically prefer to SQL engine is smart enough to optimize your code. Okay, so sometimes it will use the index. If your data set is too small, it will not use the index. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and last things that I want to show you, the interesting. Now, right, when we create a tables, right, when we create the
Mm.
tables is get stored here, right? So do you have any questions that if I create the index, where it gets stored?
Yeah.
Right, so if we can see here is table, right? So this is my table, right? Books. Just
Mm.
expand this and you can see that indexes is here, right? The way store
Yeah.
procedures triggers, all
Mm.
those stores, the same way indexes is stored here. So you can go and just click here, you will find that, right? This is my clustered index, this is my non-clustered index, this is my non-clustered index. Got it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now I have a question for you guys. So how many clustered index I can create?
Only one,
Correct. And what is the reason why I create
or
only
it, or
one
it will
clustered index?
cache.
Right, because
Yeah.
I can't give the two sequence at the same time, so page number as well as my chapter sequence, right? I
Mm.
can give only one
Yeah.
order. So always remembers in interview also they will ask you the questions why, how many clustered index I can create. So you can say one, and if that's why I can create only one cluster, you can give this example that in book you
Mm.
can order the book with page number or chapter wise. You cannot order by two things, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the two
Got it.
options you can't organize the book. And in case if you want to organize by chapter wise, you have the options for the index which is at back of the page. The same way in SQL we can create a non-clustered index, right?
Mm.
So I can create a non-clustered index based on my requirements. So let's say my table, order details table. In my order details tables, if I am always fetching the query based on, let's say I'm fetching the query based on the customer ID and the date. So definitely I will go and I will create a non-clustered index based on my customer ID and date, right? Something like that. Let's say I want to find the rating for that order. Let's say I have the product ID in my order details, right? So, and if some customers is fetching, let's say my frequently queries on this order detail is based on the product and the customer, then I will create one non-clustered index based on the product and the customer, right? But my clustered index will always be on order details ID. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'll close this session for today
Yes.
with one question, interesting question for you. That I want you guys to identify. I know the answer, but I want you guys to explore on this, and I know it's very easy. You just have to find out how many number of non-clustered index I can create on my table. Any guess?
Mm.
Just
Like,
imagine, just
how
imagine.
many as columns you have in a table?
Yeah, good guess. Means you can create n number of, right?
Hmm.
Right, because there is no limitations, right? I can create clustered,
Yeah.
non-clustered index based on the chapter, based on the author, based on the date, based on the rating, whatever I want, right? I can create that indexes. There is no limit because that not affecting my main data. That is not affecting my order of my main data, main table, right? That's the reason I can create n number of indexes. In real time, your answer is correct, but technically you have to find what is the exact number, that how many number of rows I can create, how many number, sorry, how many number of non-clustered index I can create on one table. Okay. So I'll catch you answer of this question in the next session, or maybe you can, if you find the answer, you can just WhatsApp me. Okay. It's not big
Yeah.
deal. You have to just go on Google and you have to identify that, right?
Yeah.
You can share
Yes,
with
sir.
me, and then yes, and you can share with me that answer, and in the next sessions again we'll go with some interesting stuff. Okay.